And I noticed in the last 3 months, all these editorials. There were 5 of them in the last week and a half. A big one in National Review by Pipes saying, Obama, launch a war against Iran or your candidacy is dead. Israel tells him that. His chief of staff, who's admittedly an Israeli army member, Rahm Emanuel, tells him that. Now, again, Obama's a puppet, but he doesn't want to commit political suicide. But they're saying, you do this or we're going to destroy you. We're going to allow an impeachment. We're going to remove you. But if you play ball, and Sarah Palin openly said this on Fox News a week and a half ago. You know, we played the clip here. She said, if you play ball and play the war card and do what, you know, declare war as I think you should, you can pull the clip up. We played it here. Then you're going to win in 2012. And I'm basically not going to run against you. And then I heard Glenn Beck start beating the drum 3 weeks ago that 9/11 truthers are revolutionaries, and they're figuring out that Obama's going to continue the torture and the wars and the secret arrest, and so they're going to kill Obama. And I don't really even watch his show. I can't stand it. But this morning, I watched a clip that's up on prisonplanet.com and a story titled, A Message to Glenn Beck, What are the Dangers of the 9/11 Truthers? Excellent article by Joe Robertson. And it was a repeat of what Glenn Beck said that I heard on the radio. But we know that, again, Obama is a puppet, but he doesn't want to politically destroy himself as well. So they've got all the dirt and all the Larry Sinclair stuff they can bring out, whether it's true or not, to ruin him. They've got all the other reports of drug use. They've got the truther thing that's been promoted. They've got all these ways, whether true or not, they can bring down Obama whenever they want. He's outlived his usefulness. He's 1 year and a month into his administration, and he is politically crashing and burning with the lowest approval rating of any president 13 months into their administration. And the line on the graph goes straight down. From the heights of 80+% down to 40% and dropping fast. How do the globalists grab victory out of the jaws of defeat? Well, we know their MO. Everything is about security, how Obama's not safe. When he was running for president in Dallas, there was no security there. Oh, my God, there are people down the street wearing firearms. Oh, we've got to restrict the Second Amendment. What are we going to do? Somebody's going to go after Obama. And now I see video of Glenn Beck and other neocons in the last month over and over again saying 9/11 truthers and anti-warers are going to assassinate Obama in the White House. And so they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. How do they stage new terror attacks when the average person now understands inside job, self-inflicted wound, false flag? When that's now in the vernacular. People now understand that. People are now on the lookout for that. Look at Kurt Haskell and his wife on the plane, seeing the second bomber, seeing the sharp-dressed man get him on the plane, saying the government clearly got him on the plane, protected him. That's now admitted by the State Department and the FBI. They let him on the plane without a passport. They protected him. They got him on the plane. See, because we have people watching now everywhere. So I'm going to continue breaking down the evidence when we come back to the fact that I believe they're going to pull a false flag assassination attempt straight ahead. Stay with us. About a month and a half ago, when we first had the White House gate crashers at that party, I've really learned to respect Webster Tarpley's deep analysis. He said that off of that story and a bunch of others, the way they were written, that they were preparing the public for the idea that Obama isn't safe inside the White House. Not from people that sneak into parties and the 2 or 3 security breaches they've had, which they've done the statistics on. That's normal. It's about on par for how many they normally have. But this was being obsessed on to introduce the idea of an inside coup. And that this was a veiled threat against Obama. And I've seen so much of what he talks about come true that I respected it. We're going to get Tarpley on the next few days to talk about this, but I put it on kind of the back burner thinking about it. And then I started Well, over the last year, seen all these staged events where they get meth heads or ex-cons and set them up and claim that they were going to attack Obama, and they find some drug head white supremacists who said they were going to, wear white tuxedos with white top hats and play ZZ Top and go kill him, and just all, they found a lot of nuts to kind of introduce that idea as well. And that dovetails in with the MIAC report, the Homeland Security reports, and others. So I saw that going on. They know that 9/11 truth is actually growing. I hear it on talk radio. I see it on the web. More and more evidence comes out. It just grows and grows. It's been depoliticized now that Bush left. A lot of conservatives are now looking at it and learning about false flag. What's one of the only false flags they've got that can make Obama a victim? Try to, and I've seen this going on for a decade, merge the idea of militias and constitutionalists working with Muslim extremists. What's the only way to do that? And somehow tie that into the radical left and be able to sick Homeland Security and Northcom on the American people. What is the only way they're going to be able to do that? By staging a fake assassination attempt on Obama where he survives or where he is wounded. What was it, 10 years ago? It even came out in the mainstream news that the Taiwanese president staged a shooting of himself in a parade, and it turned out they just set off some firecrackers and then they put a little cut on his side during an election. I mean, this is what they do. Different Roman emperors would stage assassination attempts on themselves as a pretext to crack down on people. The czars would do this. Saddam Hussein did this under U.S. direction in 1979 when he got power. That's how he arrested his political opposition. So we know that's in the playbook of the CIA and other governments. And then I went ahead last night and this morning and searched the term on YouTube of assassinations planned on Obama. And I found Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, and others. That's clearly a talking point that they've now got, saying his White House is infiltrated with 9/11 truthers, and they're going to try to kill him. And the anti-war movement, they're going to try to kill him because he's expanding the wars. Remember, I told you 9/11 was going to happen 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, a month before. I said they'll blow up the World Trade Center, blame it on their asset of Osama bin Laden. How did I know that? I saw the preparation in the media introducing bin Laden, telling you he's going to get you, Rand Corporation saying when the attack comes, we're going to take your rights, we're going to federalize for your own good, we're going to launch wars, we're going to go into Iraq. Now you know about the oil meetings. 1 month into office in 2001, in February with Cheney. They were already planning all this and talking about a big staged event. A year before that, in the Rebuilding America's Defenses, September 20th, 2000, Cheney wrote about giant Pearl Harbor level events to launch their new world order. This is a perfect false flag to demonize domestic groups that are against the war, torture, big government, and to demonize 9/11 truth, which the White House own Cass Sunstein says is their #1 enemy. What Congress under Bush said was their #1 enemy. It gives them the pretext to censor the web, to push through their whole agenda and launch a new war. So they're going to have a staged assassination attempt of Obama in the next year, probably sooner. They may have multiple staged events that build up. He may even be wounded. They may even kill him, to then make him a sacrificial lamb to where who's left in his administration, Joe Biden and others, can do whatever they want with wars, with domestic crackdowns, with the riots that will start if they blame it on a Tea Party / 9/11 truther. And I've seen them following this script, getting it ready, building it out, getting everybody ready. So I'm telling you, in their hand, they've got the war with Iran, they've got nukes, they've got bioweapons. He signed the executive orders for that. They've got fake hack attacks on the internet. Infrastructure is a pretext to take it over. But the biggest card I see them playing in their fist, their ace of spades, is to stage an attack on Obama. And they are getting ready for this to demonize the opposition and bring in a massive crackdown. So the false flag is kill Obama or wound him or try to kill him, but they need to probably at least wound him to get people rioting, to get everybody at each other's throats, and then they're going to blame it on Islamicists tied in with a Tea Party 9/11 truther. Now, that doesn't exist, but I've seen them beginning this history, this false history, this ledger, this cutout. I've seen them with their fake Al-Qaeda spokesman that they upload with the Intel Center and the same Al-Qaeda logo as the Intel Center logo saying Al-Qaeda. And there's the grandson of the former head of the ADL, Adam Gadon. We work with your militias. We're going to release anthrax. We're going to attack you. We're going to go after your president. We're going to do this. See, Al-Qaeda is a cutout they attach to whoever they want to attack. Iran, an assassination attempt to empower him, to empower his memory, whether they kill him, God forbid, or whether they just wound him, or whether it's a close assassination attempt. They are going to blame it on the American people.